Folks, welcome back to the College COD playoffs. We're here with the last qualifying match in the western side of the bracket. We got the Ottawa Braves, your defending 2021 Cold War champions, going up against the number 6 Arizona State Sun Devils. My name is Seymour, alongside me is Cruz and Jesse. I mean, it's just time to dive right in with these two teams. After what we've seen tonight, I'm open-minded.
Every time you think the CCL West playoffs can't get crazier, Bala qualifies for land. That's all I'm going to say. It's been absolutely crazy here today. Oklahoma Christian, I mean, I did not think that they were going to come out today and qualify, but they absolutely have proved everybody wrong. Speaking of things we didn't think was going to happen, Ottawa down in the losers bracket right now, trying to qualify for the land. We all thought, I don't know many brackets that did not have Ottawa making the run through the winner side of things, auto qualifying for the playoffs, but they got upset yesterday. Big time upset by the Westcliff Warriors. They were able to take a series 3-2 and later go on and qualify themselves. So today, now we get to see this matchup between Ottawa and ASU in a match that I don't think many people saw as being the very final qualifying match here tonight.
And Jesse, a scenario has been created somewhere in the universe of a world where Ottawa Braves don't make it to the playoffs or will make it to land. And that is a crazy thing to be thinking of right now. We take a look at the head-to-head in Ottawa. They have quite the accolades be underneath them when talking about the regular season. Perfect 20-0. The number 3 team, because you still got Northwood and Bay State Bulldogs ahead of them. But this is still a team that is scary on paper, but now in the lower bracket, they are facing elimination.
Let's not just forget either that Ottawa University, not just a perfect 20-0 this year, right? But they only lost to their sister school last year when there were 2 Ottawa Brave teams last year. So like an undefeated season last year, an undefeated regular season this year, only lost a few maps here and there. Actually only one map through the regular season, which was to Westcliff. And then they come out and they end up losing to Westcliff yesterday as well. Very well could have ended up being their kryptonite. But yeah, when you look at these two teams, I mean, 2 very good seasons in their own rights. I think the big thing for Arizona State that we're looking at today, though, when we're looking at everything is who is going to step up and help Fishity today? Because yesterday it was a man on a solo mission. It really did feel like that.
And if there's anybody you're talking about, you're probably talking about FXT to make it happen, but we'll get to that later on. First and foremost, we should introduce these teams, Jesse. Let's take a look at our home team right now. Ottawa Braves, your defending champions from 2021. You're looking at Gunsy, Lightning, Ethan Too Nice, and Cruelty. But it's going to be Hoop Tape Herbie in place of Lightning.
Yeah, I mean, a very good team. Lightning not playing today, but this was the roster that I believe they were running with yesterday for most of the game as well. So, I mean, you plug and replace any of the players on this Ottawa team, and they're going to be able to find success. Let's be real here. I mean, all very good players, all players who have found success, even outside of the CCL as well, that are looking to do damage here once again tonight. And yeah, Ottawa, I mean, just a very, very talented school and very much so worthy of the number 3 overall ranking.
And they took that loss yesterday pretty heavily, Jesse. I saw a couple of them take to Twitter.
They're on the revenge tour.
They were a little bit angry about it, and you're completely right. This is their revenge tour to make it to land. So Arizona State University, they better watch out. And speaking of Arizona State University, let's introduce them, because Jesse, this has been quite an interesting team over their tenure in the CCL, and this iteration, it has been one to watch out for. You're looking at Fishity, Sprack, Effectini, and Contra.
Yeah, and this team as well has been a really, really good team through a lot of the season. Every time they've kind of faced adversity, they've come back stronger than ever, and I'm expecting the same thing here again today. The big thing, though, from yesterday, and I know I kind of hinted at this during our head-to-head, was Fishity last night was positive through all 3 maps in the 3-0. Every teammate was negative through all 3 maps. He needs some help here today. Look for Effectini to step up. I'm looking at Contra to step up, and even Sprack. I mean, Sprack had some okay maps today, but still did end up finishing negative on most of the maps. So we need everybody on Arizona State. If you're ever going to take down Ottawa, you need to have a full 4-man unit going at it the same way we saw from Westcliff last night.
I was going to say, if you didn't, Jesse, you're asking for one player to step up and help Fishity. I think you need all 3 of these players to be firing up against the likes of the Ottawa Braves. But let's take a look at where they're going to have to turn up, Jesse. In the map series that we do have, we're going to be looking at Berlin Hardpoint to lead the way. Tuscan Search and Destroy for map 2. Guaranteed a control on Gava 2. But if this gets pushed even farther, we're looking at a double dose of Bokash to close this one out. It's looking like an interesting one, Jesse. I'm excited for the Bokashes at the end, but first we got to get there. And how are you feeling about these ones?
I don't know how I feel about Bokash, because I feel like we saw the likes of Arizona State get kind of ran through on Bokash Hardpoint yesterday against St. Edward's University. So I don't know how I feel about a Bokash Hardpoint making its way through, or even the Bokash Search and Destroy, because this team is a really good team when it comes down to being able to win out on fundamental maps, but then when you get to those really, really scrappy maps, I feel like they're just not as solid as what we can see from a team like Ottawa University, which I feel like on every single map and mode they're going to be well practiced in. So for Arizona to come out and be okay with playing a map that they lost yesterday, I think that says a lot, but I don't know if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing.
First, we got to get that far, Jesse. We're going to be starting off here on Berlin Hardpoint, map number 1. Then we see the Sun Devils walk away with a win inside map 1. It would be pretty crazy. And honestly, Jesse, it would be on pace with what we've seen so far in the playoffs. But you're looking at that revenge tour of the Braves and honestly shaking in your boots a little bit, because this is a team that is scary when they're angry.
They really are. And I feel like we wouldn't be doing our due diligence here, Colin, if we didn't announce that they did play each other back in stage 2. It was round number 3. But it was a 3-0 for Ottawa. It was not a very clean match, 100-point club, 6-1, 3-1. So hopefully we get a better performance here from Arizona State today.
First in the hill will be the Sun Devils. Ethan Too Nice for the first blood. Should be the way on in, but Fishy posted up with this automaton. He's going to find the answer back. 3v3 inside the hill. Kirby leading away. 2 down. Ethan Too Nice to find a second and a third. So the full brace can come through from the Braves early on into this, only giving up 20 inside of that first hill. Now Effectini on the flank. He's going to be inside the train station. A second one as well before he gets cut down by Gunzy. And now you're looking at Herbie and Gunzy, the only ones in this hill, looking to close off in this scrap time.
Massive break. Just start this game off. You don't allow that full 50 points to go the way of Ottawa. In fact, you're going to walk away with majority of the split. You're going to be up 30-20 heading in towards the second hill, but you will have bottom side spawns, not where you want to be spawning at the moment. Arizona State will spawn up at the top side, have those earlier spawns to be able to rotate and get their way in. But when Herbie's doing things like this on the map, rotations are going to become kind of so much easier.
Even game over into P2, but Cruelty breaks the wall, finds Effectini, looking at the spawns, and it will be the trade from Fishy, but still lives in favor of the Braves. For this rotation over to P2, you're going to get Ethan to lock in some time. As the Sun Devils, they have him surrounded, now looking to break on in. Herbie slides out the door. On the flank now, Fishy doesn't know he's there. No communication. He's going to be inbound, but you still get the break. 1v1 here from Gunzy to take this hill back, and he will find the kill. Unfortunately enough, there's going to be the trade from afar. Spratt gets back into this hill, and he keeps this one close.
This is going really, really poorly for Arizona State right now, because not only are you not grabbing any of this time that you just worked so hard to get, but you also lost the spawns. Look over across the map. You can see the fire building, the little lock that just popped up. Ottawa going to be very much so set up on this hill. It's going to be a very tough hill for Arizona to be able to break when you're running into just 4 turrets on the map in the Ottawa Braves.
Cruelty posted up with the auto. Shots that drop him down. Still, it's going to be the break here. They're looking at a way in. Effectini drops from top third, and look at his teammates. They are gone. It's a clean 4 down from Ottawa as they're set up in P3, and they are locking their doors.
Like I said, this is just something you can't allow to happen. You can't let Ottawa get comfortable and set up on the map like this. You need to be constantly pressuring these players out, working together, finding different angles to be able to attack them from, because if you can just let them set up on head glitches, you're going to get 4-man wipe more often than not. This team very, very good when they get comfortable on the map.
Still looking at putting pressure on this, Jesse, as they do have the spawns to next, but you have to be careful with this last break not to flip things out. Contra's going to get the trade. Still no break into the hill. Ottawa Braves now have amassed themselves an 80-47 lead, and they're not done yet. If you're Arizona State, you need to rotate to this hill. You cannot give anything up, and if you're looking at Fishy's positioning right now, this could be a really big position for him to cut off these rotations, and he is going to find 2.
Yeah, Fishy knocks down 2 massive kills here. But if they hold their kill cams in time, I was going to say, if Herbie can get to the top side of the map, might be able to just pull the spawns for Ottawa, just spawn up towards the top right-hand side of the warehouse, but won't spawn up in time. Now everybody going to be spread out wide across this map, but this might work out perfectly because they can just pinch the Arizona players in the spawn.
Tape for the break. Cruelty to double down. From the front of the hill, the Braves surging on forward, and they cut down the Sun Devils 1 by 1. It's a clean 3 down. Sprack to trade. But is it enough to allow his team back in? Because you look at Herbie, he's on 3 in a row, and he's just tearing things up in the race spawns for the Sun Devils. And right now, Ottawa, their lead is growing even more. Still up by 30 points. Contra's going to drop. Fishy's going to take the long way around, but on toe-to-toe with Ethan, he is posted up and steady. 111 and counting.
Oh, I don't know if it's too early to bring this up or not, but still for Arizona State, not a single player positive. Fishy, the closest player to positive. But we talked about this. This is the story of this Arizona State team right now. You need to get a well-rounded effort from all 4 of your players, and so far, not a single player popping off here inside of this map. Ottawa really starting to show their true colors right now, and really kind of showing you the champions from last season.
They're playing yesterday, and it's looking to be the same pattern today as well. Herbie finds the break into Hill, snaps onto Effectini, gives him a little bit of love too, earned it. 3 down for the Sun Devils, and that's going to allow Ottawa back into this hill to keep climbing inside the ranks of this Berlin hardpoint. Luckily enough, though, for Arizona State, you got number 5 Fishy spawning up on the opposite side of the map, so he will have a chance at pulling spawns.
Just got a blessing of a spawn. If you're Arizona State, you have a very good opportunity now to be able to turn this into time at P1, and we saw off the top of the map. They were able to get a good 20-second hold off this hill before Ottawa was able to break their way back in. But I mean, even in our last game, we saw the Oklahoma Christian was able to get a full 60 on this and brought them straight back into the game. But so far, a much better job from Ottawa to be able to get those spawns back into their favor.
Comfortable breaks to the front, Jesse, bullying their way in. E2N, Heath and 2 Nice on 3 in a row, 12 and 8. Like a fantastic map number 1 alongside Herbie. Now you're looking at Arizona State for the break from the front of the hill. Sprack in the alley. Here come the nades. Fishy's going to be chipping away at these players. Ethan 2 Nice still in. Lines up 1. Can't find a second. Fishy's going to break in. But can they hold on with Gunzy still around the hill? He's 12 and 9. He's having a great game as well. He's going to be dancing with Effectini, and he's leading the charge.
Oh my god, he finds a second as well. Gunzy, you should not be allowed to do things like this. Finds a third Gunzy on 4 in a row. I thought he was just going to run right back into the hill, but no, it will be cruelty to pick up the remaining bit of time there. And we're going to have a double the amount of lead here for Ottawa. Double the score of Arizona State, 167 to 83 and counting as they have the rotation over towards mailroom. And right now, it just feels like Arizona State cannot get anything going on this map.
Rotations over to P2. Locked in for the Braves. They want to put this one out of question from the Sun Devils. We're going to get something going. Still cut apart one by one. They drop Effectini, the only one here for the Sun Devils to make some noise, but in no position to find a kill. Nobody on Ottawa going to be throwing him shoulders. Finally going to find a kill into Herbie. Early traded out from Gunzy. It's going to be 3-on-2 inside. Numbers to Arizona State for the break, but they need to get going soon, Jesse, because still Ottawa in control. Ethan from the top ropes. He's got 5 in a row. Contra's going to slide right on in, feed him that 6th. And now, on pace to get a glide bomb, this would be the nail in the coffin.
And massive gunfights across the map as well. Hoop tape finds 2. Unfortunately, won't be enough to be able to pull the spawns here, and Fishy's playing it out very much so. A little bit of a creddy corner there, but we'll be able to find a few kills. Sometimes you just need to sit a corner, find a couple kills, win the rotation over towards fire. This is Arizona State's chance to bring themselves back into this game and have a shot.
Laying down here, Sprack on screen. Everybody posted up here for Arizona State, and they're finding the kills, but unfortunately for them, Gunzy, he's found his way around. Now he's going to pull some attention here for the Sun Devils, allow his teammates to get some momentum going, and Cruelty's going to find a second as well, so now pinning them in the back. Player number 5, Fishy, he's going to have to spawn on out, finds the flank onto Herbie. He's going to allow them to cement the rest of this time. They only have a few more kills to walk away with, but they forced another hill, Jesse. And right now, if you're the Sun Devils, you need to find your way out and start rotating this map.
Even with a full 60 here, they're still going to be down 70 seconds heading in towards our next hill. Definitely not where you want to be, and they don't even get the full 60. Ottawa will grab the scrap time. We will get a challenge at the very end of this here, but what this does is it keeps Arizona State spawning up on the top side of the map, makes it that much harder to win the rotation over, but a massive kill from Fishy in the bottom will be able to get spawns going towards the likes of Arizona State, towards this new hill.
Another 3 down, Jesse. They've managed to flip this out. Arizona State starting to get some momentum here in the first map of the day, the series. You have him again, Gunzy on the flank, Automaton in hand, 21 and 15, still tearing up the ranks of the Sun Devils, but a scrappy hill for as they have yet to get Gunsey out of the back, but they're taking care of business in the front of the hill. Gunsey pulls some spawns. Player number 3, Ethan's going to spawn on him, and here comes the collapse at Arizona State. They know Ethan's in the back, finds one. The rest are going to clean him up, and still the Sun Devils holding on only a few more seconds, and we're going to P5.
Holding on for dear life and barely keeping themselves inside of this game right now, but they're doing enough just to keep it that close at the moment. Ottawa cannot win on this hill, and they can definitely try to trap the likes of Arizona into the back of the spawn, and that looks exactly like what they're going for here. Herbie's going to push up. He's on 3 in a row, won't find the 4th, but with the positioning he's in, should know that Arizona spawned up towards the top side of Warehouse, now looking to pin them in the back of their spawn.
And knows somebody's around him. Here's it. He's going to shut down FXTD. Look for the second one. Fishity ripped off of the heady. Is a 2v2 into the hill as Contras managed to muster off 2 kills of his own. But still fighting for any sort of room into this hill are both sides of the field. Fishity's going to find Cruelty, traded out by Ethan. Looking to lock down a second as well. Taking down FXTD. Can't get into the hill as Sprack's going to cut him down. Still back and forth are these two teams, Jesse. Nobody's to touch Hill 5 yet. But as Gunsey and Cruelty find 2, they're going to hop on in. They only need 9 seconds left, so you can see the Sun Devils are going to grasp some straws here, jump into this hill, keep this one going, but Herbie's going to find Contra. Herbie's going to find 2. Fishy, the last one standing, and as he drops, Ottawa, they take map 1.
A valiant effort from Arizona at the end of that game to start to bring their way back into it, but after Hill 3 of the first set of rotations, Ottawa just had such a commanding lead, and they just never looked back. It was a pure masterclass from Ottawa, maybe up until the very end when they only needed 20 seconds to put it away, and it took them 3 hills to do so. But either way, you get a big comeback there from Arizona State. You know what? They show a little bit of fire at the end of that game, but you just knew in the back of your mind that that game was never going to go anyway but Ottawa's after the first set of rotations.
No, and constantly Arizona State always letting somebody around for the flank, Jesse. You could just see again and again. They were never able to pin down the Braves, and they were constantly just always fighting for some sort of map control in their spawn, in the hill, on the rotation. It was always a losing battle for Arizona State in map number 1. So I'm looking at this Search and Destroy coming up next for them to really slow things down. But before that, we will get to take a look at these two team stats. And you really wanted to see Fishity's teammates step up, Effectini, Sprack, and Contra. You didn't get a lot through the first set of rotations. Effectini didn't have a great game at 11 and 25, but throughout the second half of that game, you were really getting some good numbers out of Sprack and Contra.
Yeah, Contra really stepped up in the second half of the game, and I think that's what helped kind of spark the comeback there from Arizona State. But outside of that, again, it was just the Fishity show, Colin. And again, against a team like Ottawa, you need all 4 of your players to be going off. Yesterday in the matchup, when Ottawa went up against Westcliff, and Westcliff was able to take them down, Stoners, Locke, Beeston, Lucasi, all 4 players were playing at the highest level I've seen any of those players play at all season long, and they were able to walk away with the victory. To beat Ottawa, it needs to be a 4-man unit. It can't just be all onto Fishity to be able to win out on a lot of these games. Look at the damage alone from Fishity here. You add any of his 2 teammates to combine together, and he has more damage than them. So it needs to be more.
It does, and that's going to be the question on if they can step up to the plate in map number 2. Let's take a look at what's coming up next, folks. Is going to be Search and Destroy on Tuscan, as this is an opportunity for Arizona State to flip the script here. I know Tuscan can definitely have a lot of a fast-paced tendency throughout a lot of these games that we witness, but if they pull some first bloods, if they really get Ottawa Braves on the back foot, Jesse, this could be a map that favors the Sun Devils.
It could be. There's a possibility, right? Like, it's one of those things where it's like they can do it, but are they going to do it? That's going to be the big question. I really thought that if Arizona State coming into this one was going to have a big chance of being able to take off Ottawa in a lot of the spots, it was going to be in the respawns, if I'm being completely candid. Ottawa, where they were weak yesterday against Westcliff, was inside of the Search and Destroys. I mean, they lost 2 of them there. They lost 2 hardpoints, and then they lost the Search and Destroy against them. So I feel like hardpoint may have been their weaker mode coming into the playoffs, but so far, I mean, that map number 1, if that has anything to do with how the rest of the series is going to go, Arizona State are going to be in for a really rough one here. And only dropping 1 map so far for Ottawa in terms of Search and Destroy being last night against Westcliff, I think that this kind of becomes a must-win map here for Arizona. If you don't win this map, I feel like it very well could be the end of your season, looking at the fact that Ottawa has not lost control still inside of the playoffs.
I think first and foremost, Jesse, You need to shut down Gunzy and Herbie. After what I saw on that map number 1, if you allow
It's
them
so
to do
much
that,
easier said than done, though.
Especially as submachine gun players, though, you just can't allow them to do that inside of Search and Destroy. If you let them in like you were constantly in that map number 1, you were always going to be fighting at a disadvantage. So let's see if Arizona State learned from their mistakes in map number 1, learned from the troubles that they had to face in that Berlin hardpoint as we head into this Tuscan Search and Destroy. There's a lot on their mind.
There absolutely is a lot on their mind, but looking into this one, Arizona State, you know what? Search and Destroy record for themselves so far in the playoffs, not too bad as well. 5-1, only one lost was in that qualification match last night against St. Edward's University, where they ended up losing, what was it, it was a Berlin 6-4 that they ended up losing out on. So there's still an opportunity here. They're definitely not out of this one yet, but it needs to be the full team. You can't just rely on Fishty. I know I'm beating at the bush right now, saying the same thing over and over again.
You're right.
But it really just has been the story of this team so far, as just Fishty going positive, the rest of the players on the team going negative through every single map in terms of qualification matches here so far. They need to step up, and we'll see if they can do it here. It's going to be Fishty with the sniper, kicking things off on Tuscan.
Interesting to see Fishty with the sniper all the way down the middle of the map, seeing if he can find a first blood through Top Church or Bunks, but he's going to get stunned up, so a lot of information going to be gained there from the Braves. They're posted up inside of their positioning, very aggressive at a Gunzy as well, as he might be able to find first blood. Contra doesn't check the deep corner, and look at that, 2 quick kills going to be rung out, and Ethan a third onto Fishty, shutting him down. Sprack all alone, 1v4, manages to pull back one, finds a second, but almost makes it interesting. He's going to finally get cleaned up.
Yeah, I mean, a 1v4 against Ottawa would have been ridiculous. Ends up not being able to get it at the very end there. A really, really slow round from Arizona State, and the problem with playing offense slow on this map is you just give the defense such an opportunity to push up and get into spots that you have no map control at that point. And as soon as you allow Ottawa to get in a spot like that, you saw exactly what happened. Guncy sitting in a tight corner, you peek the edge, Guncy finds first blood, across the map a second blood is found, and you're just trapped at that point. 4v2, hard spot to be in, even harder made against the likes of the Ottawa Braves. This time through, it's going to be Cruelty just taking some shots down middle of the map, trying to get a lot of the focus going over towards him, but once they realize it's only one, then you got to imagine the wrap will be soon, very quickly from Arizona.
It's a big shutdown there from FXT. He should put a halt to Ottawa for now, but you can see player number 7, Herbie, making a full wrap around Church. He's going to take down Contra, looking the wrong way, force some of these Arizona State players off of their power positions. Sprack is going to hunt him down. As we're sitting 2v2, you're looking at Fishty to hold his line in the back. He's only got a sniper in hand. What can he do? Misses the shot. In fact, doesn't even get the shot off, and Cruelty runs him over. Sprack again in a 1v2 as he's going to run right into them. Finds one, snaps to the second, but Ethan puts a stop to any of those extremities.
A little bit too damaged up after the first one that Ethan was able to clean that up with just a shot or two and an automaton in hand. Not going to lose this one very often on a weak player in Sprack. I don't want to call anybody out, but I think that Fishty needs to put the sniper away right now. I don't think that there's a time and a place for it, and I don't think against Ottawa is the time and place for it. 0-2 to start the game off. I think you have a very short leash when you have a sniper on a map like this, but he's going to prove me wrong, I guess, keeping the sniper out here. Rat in hand, I believe he still has the sniper.
He is just expecting someone to challenge him mid, but Ottawa's giving him nothing at all. Cruelty and Ethan still posted up to the A site. Last time he had Gunzy playing aggressive in U, but this time he's going to be playing all the way over towards Bunks. And immediately Ottawa, they find the information over to B and see nobody's there, Jesse. They have completely made a full wrap over to A.
Yeah, and Arizona State looks like they want to start to try to make the wrap over. And Fishty will find a snipe through the middle of the map to open things off. So maybe patience is key in this situation. You wait, and then you finally find a first blood there. But still no map control. Finally, Sprack through middle of the map will find one.
Sprack finds one, but it's a big answer back from Ottawa. 2-on-2. Fishty with a pistol in hand. He's looking to hunt down Herbie. Well on his trail as well. Now last alive. Herbie pumps the brakes and he reads them like a book. I don't know what he heard, but he heard something. And that's going to be 3 unanswered rounds to the Braves.
And I don't know exactly who it is. I believe it's Cruelty on the other side, who is actually running the sniper as well for the likes of Ottawa, was able to get a pick back inside of that round off of Fishty. After pretty much honestly, as soon as Fishty found his pick, it was Cruelty on the other side, able to find one as well for Ottawa here. So, I mean, this game has very much so gone Ottawa's way off the start of this. And Arizona's not doing a good enough job on their offenses to make it hard for them to be able to get into these good spots. It's actually Ethan who's the player on the side of Ottawa running the sniper. Will end up backing up here, and Fishney will find first blood again.
Another first blood on a Gunsy too, but an immediate answer back from the sniper of Ottawa, Ethan. And then this, look, Fishney wants to go toe-to-toe with him. He's creeping around the corner, sneaking his way up. Ethan's laying prone. Is Fishney going to spot him out here? He hasn't yet. But both players so patient, and Ethan on 5 in a row. A kill here would give him his 6th, one away from that glide bomb, but complete silence on Tuscan. But player number 7 gets a little aggressive. Sprack's going to catch him out, and immediately Ethan forced in a situation where he's got to make a move.
Yeah, now having that sniper on offense could end up hurting you here unless Cruelty's able to go massive through middle of the map and even find one. Although I believe Ethan should just pull out the rat here to be able to help them out. No, you lose out on a big one-on-one. Ethan has found an automaton, though.
Yeah, has the trade on a Sprack, but here comes the players surging on in, collapsing on Ethan's positioning. 6 in a row. One will give him the glide bomb at least before going down, but he got 20 seconds. And both players of Arizona State on either side of the map, so you're going to run up to the bunks. But here is Affectini around the corner, throws his shoulder. Ethan not going to find it. Arizona hold the line.
That's a little bit of a risky play there from Ethan. I mean, on 6 in a row, 3 rounds in hand. I feel like I know he's cooking right now, and you want to let him free. I said this earlier on today. I know you didn't fully agree with it then, but I feel like you got to just play back and play for the streaks in that situation. What if Arizona catches fire now inside of this map and you don't have that streak to be able to fall back on? They'll have to keep our eyes on that if it happens, although Ottawa's still playing really, really hot through a lot of this map right now.
Wonder if we're going to get another first blood at Efficiency here. No. Absolutely not.
Ethan finally challenged him mid, at least.
Yeah. I kind of cast a curse that. It's been happening a lot today. Sprack for the trade. Gunsy wants to fly. He's going to be on their tail. You get the information there, but Sprack's going to find a second onto Ethan. All the way over to the B side. It's going to pull Gunsy. Still looking for this flank. He's on the tail of these players, but he's chasing Ghost right now. He knows he's on the hunt for somebody. Just who's going to answer the calls. Turns the corner, finds Contra, 2v2.
He was hot on Contra's trail there. Had the scent, hunted him down. But the bomb will go down over at the B side, and Arizona has the defensive side of the map as well. They can definitely hold on to this with the right setup, and it looks like they're just going to have one player watching towards the defensive spawn, the other player watching the bomb.
Godzilla Gunsy. Alongside Austin Cruelty. Affectini underneath the truck. Does he spawn him out? He will. Gunsy goes down. Cruelty last alive. Can he find the trade at least? Affectini finessing his life around the truck. Cruelty finally going to get the trade, but with 15 seconds left, Sprack, he just needs to burn the clock. He knows Cruelty is all the way in the spawn, so going to post up into the corner. Eventually going to check this bomb. Cruelty's going to take the gunfight. He's going to win it out, but he can't win the round, so Arizona State, they bring this one back to a one-round deficit.
Big rounds back-to-back for Arizona State, and even bigger because they shut Ethan down in the round before. Still no streaks and almost a tie game here. And let's not forget, Ethan did find first blood here inside of this round as well. That would have been streaks if he played his life inside of the last one. So it is hindsight, but it definitely could have helped, especially if Arizona starts to claw their way back into this game like they have started to. And we were talking about it before. Somebody needs to step up on Arizona State, and it has been Sprack so far. 9-5 in 5 rounds.
Wow.
Ridiculous stat line.
You think what you could get out of this team if Contra finds a little bit of momentum for himself. And Fishney changes up his spot. He's going to find Ethan and blindside him with the sniper. Sprack, the confidence surging through him. He's going to fly on forward, but it's going to be a bait switch from Contra. 3v2, numbers to Arizona. And the bomb down for the Braves.
Maybe a little overzealous there from Sprack inside of that one. I know he's feeling himself at 9-5. I mean, you do end up working it out there, but it would have been a 4v3 versus a 3v2. So, I mean, I guess you'll take the man advantage either way there. But now Ottawa, really no map control at all for them at the moment. Same with Arizona State, the bomb down as well. Ottawa needs to go and retrieve it, find a way to plant this at either A or B, and that is not going to help. Fishney finds the second of the round.
Now Herbie, sniper in hand, MP40 in the back pocket. 1v3, he's going to be spotted. Oh, slides around on Fishney's doorstep. 1v2. Both players have linked together. You're going to spot out Herbie as well through Church, so you know exactly where he's going to come through. And F15, he's going to put a pin in any ideas that Herbie has through that 6th round. It's going to be 3-3 tie. Sun Devils has brought us back.
A little bit of an interesting a little bit of an interesting challenge there at the very end. I thought there was a couple different ways maybe you could have played that, but no, just going to challenge through middle of the map and end up falling. And like you said, going to tie us up at 3-3 here. Would you not love to have a streak right now on the side of Ottawa inside of this game, just to kind of shut down this momentum that you're starting to see Arizona start to roll with here inside of this map? But back on offense, Arizona State, they've been battling for middle of the map through these last couple of rounds, and Fishity, he had the set play. Couldn't win the snipe, though, against Cruelty.
Cruelty grabs the gauntlet. He's like, fine, I'll do it myself. Put an end to the fish in this round and put an end to the sniper for now. The numbers against Arizona State. I'm wondering what they're going to do now. Because you look at Effectini's position, he is posted up in their spawn, Jesse, and I have no idea what they want to do right here.
It just kind of feels like what they've been doing on a lot of their offenses. It's very stagnant. They're waiting for Ottawa to get over aggressive and kind of pick them apart as they do so, but it's only happened really once on any of Arizona's offenses so far. They're really just hoping that they make mistakes and can capitalize on it, but just Ottawa, not very often do you see this team make too many mistakes here. Herbie will be able to tag one up and also gets the information on the final player here as well. And Sprack in a 1v4, you are very much so stuck between a rock and a hard place right now.
It's okay, Jesse. It's okay.
Botched that one real bad.
4-3, Ottawa Braves, they finally put an end to the momentum of Arizona State. And that's a big round, too, because that was 3 rounds in a row for the Sun Devils to bring this one back. So the fact that the Braves can finally put an end to that, they can get right back into the dominance that they showed into the early half. But now I'm looking at the defense of Arizona. What are they going to do to adjust? You still have the sniper in Ethan's hand as well, so wonder if Fishy is still going toe-to-toe with them.
Well, step one is get the bomb. They do remember to wrap back and grab it this time through, but like you said, yes, this big battle of Ethan over towards the right side. This is an interesting play, though. Everybody on Ottawa is just getting aggressive through the top side of the map, and surely Contra's dead here.
He is, but at least he finds one. He doesn't just go down right away. And Herbie to go down as well is going to be a lot of confidence now for Arizona State on this retake. And look at this cheeky angle that Fishy has through the truck. He's not going to be able to spot any information. In fact, Effectini's going to get all the information as Ottawa just runs him down.
Ottawa can wrap this to be as well. We've seen them do that a few times here inside of the playoffs where they just kind of get the bomb, and as soon as they take control of a site, they like to wrap it over towards the other one, especially on this map. Usually it's from B going over towards A, but right now kind of hitting the opposite of that. It's going to have to come down to Sprack to shut this push from going down.
Just expecting somebody to get aggressive through patio. Doesn't look like anybody from the Braves are going to give me to it. Blair Fry's going to be there. Spots him out. Shots through the legs. Oh, Gunzy gives him a little crisscross action and still alive to fight the good fight. 40 seconds now. Time is ticking against Arizona State for the retake. And a sniper in Fishy's hands. He's going to make the shot. That is 2 missed opportunities to pull this round back for a retake out of the Sun Devils. But now a lot to work on. Sprack and Fishy holding hands through bunks. Sprack's going to need to get something going, but Gunzy shuts him down. Now Fishy last live finds Ethan, but the trade's going to be right around the corner. Ottawa Braves on map point.
That is so tough. Sprack was in a spot to find one, ends up not hitting all the shots through the breakable wall, and then Fishy just barely whiffs the shot with the sniper. It easily... Those 2 gunfights go a different way. It's a 2v1 for Ottawa or for ASU, and we're very likely in a 4-4 tie game. But no, Ottawa will take the round. They went out on both those gunfights, now up 5-3, 1 round away from being able to close this one out and send Arizona down to a 2-1 deficit. I mean, it is not looking good right now. Arizona pushing out. Sprack finds first blood again through middle of the map. This should open up the avenue to get this bomb down today.
Oh, and immediately he backs up to his team, so he's not getting too over-aggressive just yet. Still has the idea. Ethan fishing for a kill with the sniper over towards A. Bomb going down at A as well, so Sun Devils, they're going to have a full setup here, unless Ethan can find Contra. Contra is dancing with the devil right now.
He knows what he's doing, too. Contra is just shouldering, playing very, very aggressive, but very annoying, because Ethan has to stay and keep holding this angle, and Ethan will take the gunfight win.
Sprack keeping the numbers in Arizona State's favor. Now Ottawa Braves on a little bit of a time crunch to get this hill under control. 21 seconds, and they're going to be walking into a full trap of Sun Devils who have middle map control Ethan's going to push up to the bomb. Nobody sees him just yet. But here for the check is going to be Effectini. 1v3 for Cruelty. 76 HP. The rest of the Sun Devils are going to peek on out, shut him down, and they stay alive.
And no time left as well. So Arizona State, even if they ended up falling there, we're not going to lose that round out. A very well-played round. They get first blood through middle of the map. That was probably their most aggressive offense that we've seen from them so far as well, where they just kind of take storm forward, take control middle of the map. They don't let anybody shut it down. And they really kind of just show it to Ottawa there in that spot that they can definitely win offenses if they need to. But now they need a defensive win to force us into a round 11 here.
What are we going to get from them, too? Looks like Sniper is still in the hand of Ethan. Fish team puts it away. He's going to be over towards that command center. Player number 3, Sprack, he has completely taken control of the middle of the map, but at the same time, Braves, they found their way into church. Effectini's going to get run over. That's going to call first blood, and Sprack looking to pull around. Gunsy reads him like a book, and all of a sudden, Arizona State in a 4v2. Contra goes down. Suddenly, Fishy last alive. He does have the sniper in hand, too. He was in no position to find a pick with this boomstick, and now he has to find 4 and get the bomb defused, Jesse. Ottawa Braves looking to go up 2-0 in the series so far. Cruelty's going to spot him out, and the Braves leading the series 2-0.
Yeah, and a 6-4 victory there. And honestly, there were opportunities multiple times inside of that map for Arizona to be able to win rounds out. And if they win that round where they were down 2-3, if they win both those one-on-ones, they would have been up 5-4 going into this round. They could have seen a round 11. But unfortunately, you know what? Sometimes those gunfights just don't go your way, and you just end up losing out on them. Colin, one thing I'm seeing when I look at that scoreboard there, though, is that finally we got a pop-off performance from a different Arizona State player, not named Fishity. But the same kind of story stays true still, is that you need all 4 of your players to be strong going up against Ottawa, and you still only had 1 player go positive on the map, the other 3 go negative. It's just not enough against the Ottawa Braves roster.
And you were seeing inside of the Search and Destroy, Jesse, all 4 of those players had their moment where they were turning up together. And that's the reason why they were able to find those rounds of success. But in the grand scheme of things, for that map number 2, they weren't there consistently through the whole map. And Ottawa Braves were just finding their way around them again and again. And we can look at the Ottawa Braves at their scoreboard as well, as you get everybody positive. Gunsy, the closest one, not going positive. He's even 7-7, but a lot of big plays from all 4 players.
It's kind of crazy that the map was this close when looking at the overall kills and deaths as well.
Sprack was going big.
Sprack was going very big for his team, but I mean, everybody on Arizona State was able to find a first blood through a lot of that round. So first bloods were not always leading to being able to win out on a lot of these rounds. In fact, they won the first blood battle 6-4, but it was how Ottawa responded through a lot of the middle of the rounds that was able to win them the games. They just were able to either pick apart Arizona's defenses or just completely stop them in their tracks on offenses. Arizona was only able to take 1 offense through 5 attempts. It was just not good enough to be able to win a map against Ottawa.
And now it's Ottawa Braves looking to go over to land for a chance to go back-to-back in the CCL year for the 2022 season. It's their chance here and now. 1 map. We're going to a Gava 2 control up next, folks. Before that, a little bit of break. We'll see you on the flip side. Folks, welcome back to the CCL Western Playoffs in our last qualifier match for the CCL LAN in Columbus, Ohio. My name is Seymour. Alongside me is Cruz. We're looking at the Ottawa Braves, your defending CCL champions, up 2-0 over the Arizona State University Sun Devils. And Jesse, so we look at the series we've had, it has been nothing but Braves from start to finish.
It really hasn't. It really reminds me of earlier in the season when these 2 teams matched up against each other in Stage 2. It was a 3-0 for the Ottawa Braves. But you know what? Arizona State, they're never out of it, right? They definitely have an opportunity still here to come back. The hard thing is, though, Colin, is we're going to a Gavutu control. And the map, I don't think it matters too much. But the mode, Ottawa on the year, 15-0, not lost to control. 7-0 in the playoffs, have not lost to control. This team, very, very good at control. And Arizona now, to start a reverse sweep, will need to take the best mode off of Ottawa to kick off a reverse sweep.
not going to be an easy one, Jesse, whatsoever. I mean, this whole series hasn't been easy one bit. You're going to need everything and the kitchen sink if you want to take down Ottawa Braves right now if you're the Sun Devils. And this is just one crazy comeback that's looking to happen for Arizona State University. And to happen on a GAVA2 control, I'm looking at the ARs to really step up to the plate here, slow down the pacing that you know you're going to get out of the submachine gun players of Ottawa. And right away you can see that Ottawa Braves on the defense or on the offense here. And they're looking to get going over to the B zone first.
Yeah, you need Fishity to go absolutely stupid on this map. It needs to be the Fishity show along with a supporting cast. You're inside of this map if you want any shot to be able to take down the Ottawa Braves, but already onto A, like you were alluding to, and a tick of progress will be secured through. Might even be able to get 2 ticks if they are able to hop 2 players onto this, but no, still only going to leave 1. But it doesn't matter because you've got 2 players roaming the map, shutting everything down right now, and just Ethan inside of the hill alone will secure 2 ticks of progress.
Working on the third tick, you can see player number 5, Fishity, going to make a Hail Mary attempt at shutting this one down as he climbs the ladder. Can he get in time? He's going to spot out from guns. He finds one. Second one, Cruelty's going to line up as he jumps on down from the ropes. Third tick, looking to be cemented. He's going to give it up, but looking to shut down Ethan in the meantime. And as he takes him down, we add another minute to the clock, Jesse, and now we're going to be panning our attention over to B.
At the very least, Fishity pretty much finds all the exit kills in that spot. So it's going to put Ottawa on the back foot as they try to wrap their way over towards B. But it looks like their attempt is wanting to go through the LST ship in the bottom side of the map. They'll have to work their way through docks and through the green building to try to find their way through, but you still need to walk through a couple different waves of the Arizona players if you want to do it through the bottom side.
Kirby going to take control of Ring. Effectini is going to get run over. 3 down with the Sun Devils. And posting up here, the Braves can pick away at the respawns one by one. Arizona State are stuck in their spawn. A teammate out of Herbie. That's going to slow things down a little bit, put a little bit of a halt to the offense. Cruelty will find Fishity, but with Herbie on the respawn, what more can you do?
I always wonder what the comms sound like when you drop a team nade and on your team, your teammate's like, "Hey, I'm hitting cut," and then oh man, there's a nade there, and yeah, it's just unfortunate, right? But a 6 life lead for Ottawa here inside of the round, definitely in a good spot. But look at this flank coming in from Effectini.
Big one, Cruelty. Drops, recovers the automaton off his grave as well. Looking to surge on forward as Fishity and collapse, but Herbie reads him like a book. There's going to be 2 down again. You need this crossfire that Contra has on the side to go big, but he's not able to find anything. The players on Ottawa, they slip into the zone now. 48 seconds stopped. Working on that first tick. And Arizona State, these nades off spawn, they better be good. Because he got Sprack looking for his way in. He's going to slide right into the hill. Finds one. Gunsy for the trade. Fishity next up to the block. He's got to break this one for Gunsy, or else this might be dangerous, and he gets it done, only giving up a single tick.
Gunsy almost just went stupid, but he's able to pull it off, able to get that one finished off, and still 9 lives only remaining for Arizona here, but only 30 seconds left. Really kind of hinders this push for Ottawa. You pretty much have 1 solid shot at trying to break your way into it, but they may have just found the avenue in.
Fishity on the flank again for ASU. Ethan's going to shut him down, hop into the hill. Time stopped at 22 seconds. Nade cooked from Sprack. Is it going to hit its mark? No. Gunsy even finds Contra, so this is going to really put Arizona State on some desperation. 22 seconds, 2 players left. Ottawa looking to solidify a round 1 offense as they look at their third tick being pushed on through. Herbie cleaning up the rest. Last one left is going to be Contra inside the ring. And luckily, he goes down before that third tick comes through. But nonetheless, Ottawa's going to find round 1.
Yeah, in that situation, you definitely want to throw your last life away there. So that's a big play there for Contra to fall. You know what? Just in case, because if Arizona is able to win an offense now and take all 6 ticks of progression, they'll still have an advantage because of Ottawa only being able to walk away with 5 rounds or 5 ticks of progression there. But it's going to be really hard to win an offense against this Ottawa team. I really thought there was an opportunity there for Arizona to close that round out. They just need to probably find 1 more wave of kills, but Ottawa on their last opportunity, they find the avenue they need. They find the kills. They break their way through. And now, onto offense. Arizona State, it's a very different looking offense to what we saw from Ottawa. The break off going over towards A.
Contra's 0-8, so hasn't had the best start, Jesse, to this hill. 2 kills for Arizona State to allow themselves into this A zone.
They got one.
from Gunzi. Contra finally gets a kill, like you said. Ethan looking to put a spoil to the rest of this fun, but as his teammates drop, it's been nothing but flawless so far from the Sun Devils in this round of offense, and it should be a second tick solidified.
It's really weird that he was 0-8 through the first round, especially because they were on defense. Generally, if you see a player 0-8 after a first round on Gavutu, you would think they were on offense, trying to push their way through, just struggling heavily. But on defense, not able to find anything going. But on offense, Arizona starting to get rolling here. They should be able to secure A. They found a few kills as well. Fishy on 5 in a row, tries to make the wrap over towards B, is unsuccessful in doing so. And now Sprack all alone inside the West Beach spawn for Ottawa Braves. For the Arizona State, needs to find a way to stay alive here, but might need to wrap back just to help out Ottawa.
Gunzi putting a lot of pressure on the respawns. Going to cut them down from the top of the ship. Goes to the pistol for some Hail Mary shots, but won't be able to get it done. And in the meantime, you're looking at Sprack, who stopped the clock in a minute 55 in the enemy territory. The rest of his team tumbling on in, but how much can you do now that you're man down from this position? Not a whole lot, because you see Fishy get what he wants, gets immediately out with that first kill. And Arizona's still looking for their way into this hill, Jesse, but you have to watch out for player number 1, Cruelty, who's all the way deep in enemy territory.
Yeah, it might be a 14v24 right now, but the positioning that Ottawa had, they were in a great spot to shut things down, but 3 go down, and now you even spotted the flank from Cruelty. That's a 4-man wipe. This is the opportunity for Arizona to fly forward and start to get progression at B.
She cut down. Braves resilient, to say the least. They don't even give up a tick just yet, Jesse. Double the lives Arizona State have over Ottawa. But even still, with a minute 13 and the players that are on this team, I would never count them out.
Yeah, I've seen some crazy holds on a Gavutu control, but this one could end up being one of the craziest here. They've absolutely started off the way you need to.
Oh, no.
Only have lost 1 life in the last 30 seconds, and now Ottawa, everybody's just pushing forward. They're starting to pin Arizona in the back of the spawn, and this is when things get really scary, because you're essentially just spawn trapped at the moment inside of the back of the beach.
Truly, this would be the heartbreak of the Sun Devils. They drop this round. 11 lives to 5, 40 seconds. Here come the nades. Herbie looking at overwhelmed, but he lines up 2. No. Herbie on 5 in a row now may have just put the nail in the coffin of this round.
Still a 5v9 though, so Arizona just needs to group up. They need to make a big push out together, but another individual chow through middle of the map leads to another kill going the way of Ottawa. Make that 2 more, and now a 14 life lead down to just 1.
An 8v19 has turned into a 5v6 now. 10 seconds left. The last chance for Arizona State, but they're getting cut down time after time, Jesse. And with a 4 down clean like that, the Braves, they hold the line. They shut the door, and they're looking at match point for the series.
If full wasn't lost before, I feel like full has absolutely been lost now if you're Arizona State in this situation. You had that round in the bag. You found the 4-man wipe. You got into the West Beach Hill, onto the point. You start getting time. You get around half a tick, and all 4 players die. And as soon as all 4 players go down, Ottawa flies out. They pin you in the back of your spawn. And what did you say was an 8v19, something crazy like that? And they closed that out.
8v19 and over a minute to work with, Jesse.
That was just ridiculous.
Braves looking to put this one away and continue their dominance through the CCL. Only 1 round stands between them. Gunzi's going to find Affectini. It's going to allow Ottawa onto this A zone. Stop the clock at a minute 10, but haven't yet worked towards this first tick of progression. As Sprack's going to relieve Gunzi from the inside of the ship. It's going to be Affectini to find a second. Arizona State holding the line once more at this A zone, Jesse, and you get 2 players now inside of the ship to hold off the rest.
This is looking like a better defense here from Arizona so far. They've been able to push forward. Only issue is that you've allowed Ethan to sneak through, so Ethan can really disrupt the spawn trap that Arizona is trying to lock down at the moment.
Still have streaks for Ruby as well, so if you get the A zone, the B zone can be cracked open by way of Glide Bomb. You don't want to give up the A zone too early right now. Braves, they find the opening. Fishity now has to make a late play. Lines up a second onto Gunzi. Cut down by Cruelty, but a lot of damage done from your captain. Let's see if the players to get into it, help him out. Sprack looking to make a play, hops on in, but it's going to be a teammate, Herbie, to shut him down. Heroics out of the Braves to put away this A zone, but they're not done yet, Jesse. You can see Arizona State surrounding them from every angle, trying to close in on their positioning. Contra's going to take down Ethan. Cruelty trying to finesse his life, but Fishy catches him out, and that's a full break from the Sun Devils.
Wow, what a break there to shut things down for Ottawa. And I don't know if you're Ottawa here, if you even invest the streak. You had such a good defense inside of your last round to be able to close things off that I don't even know if you attempt to, but they actually, with 7 seconds left, will find a couple kills, are able to get back onto A, will end up falling, but Gunsy's still close enough to touch again.
4 seconds left. One break could end it here. Gunsy holds on. Contra gets cut off at the shins. And now working on this third ticker, we're going to see anything here from the Sun Devils. Nobody's stacking this, so the site is going slow. Cruelty's going to hop off to make it go a little bit quicker, and it looks like we're going to get another minute of play in the round. The Sun Devils, they let the monsters in.
Oh, no, and not only do we get another minute of play, but a life lead now for Ottawa as well. 13-11, and Herbie has a glide bomb. You called it out earlier. You could definitely see them choosing to use that to try to break their way in, but actually just going to wrap back through ring, now trying to make the push over towards the B site. I would expect to see the glide bomb very shortly.
Here we go. Contra's, see you next round. He's going to drop 8 lives left. Affectini in a place where he can spoil, but Cruelty's going to shut him down. Now Sprack standing in between an army of Braves. And he's going to hit the deck. He's going to wait for his teammates. Contra off the respawn. He's going to get there. 10 feet 5. 3 go down. Ottawa looking to put this one away. Affectini, he needs to go big. And he finds 2. Gunsy's here to stop the clock at 13 seconds. This could be it. Arizona State, 1 wipe with 4 lives. This could be the end of the round as they look to hold on. But you get 2 down again. 2 remaining players. Sprack and Contra looking to hold on. The Contra's going to go down all up to Sprack. Shot's going to ring out. Sprax peeks up. Arizona State holding on with a 1v6. Can he get it done? No, Ethan shuts him down. And Ottawa Braves, they're going to land to try to go back-to-back in the CCL.
Ottawa said yesterday, once they lost that match to Westcliff, they said that would not happen on land. Well, now they get an opportunity to back that statement up. They come out, they take care of business against Arizona State University, exactly what they needed to do inside of the map. Fishy, you played your hardest. Affectini, you went positive for the first time in any of our maps today. Even yesterday for Arizona State, we had 2 players on the side of Arizona State go positive inside of an elimination match, and it still was not enough. I think that Arizona State, in all honesty, Colin, could have won all 3 of those rounds. There was an opportunity inside the first round where if they closed that round out, there was around 15 seconds left as Ottawa's trying to push their way into the A zone. If Arizona gets 1 more wipe, they close that round out. They don't get it, Ottawa wins. Second round, massive life lead. All they needed was 1 break. They got the break, and then Ottawa broke right back in, and they got, 5v12 at the end of that? It was something ridiculous like that. And then that final round, a very similar situation to the first round, where you have an opportunity to hold them off, and they just could not get that final wipe. Ottawa just had the ice inside of the control.
Fantastic breakdown of the last map, Jesse. You can't say Arizona didn't try. They put up one hell of a fight in that last map. Affectini positive, Fishy positive, and Sprack and Contra, although they might be practically double negative on both fronts, they put up one hell of a job inside of that last couple rounds. It's just Ottawa Braves looking like their revenge tour is as angry as ever, as they are taking no prisoners, Jesse, throughout the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, Ottawa just came different today, right? They took that loss on the chin last night, and since that loss to the likes of Westcliff, they went into the losers bracket. They 3-0 the UCO Broncos. They 3-0 Longhorn Gaming, and they 3-0 Arizona State University. 9-0 in the losers bracket in terms of maps, and qualify for LAN. We get to take one final look at it, and it was a 3-0, very similar to what you saw in the regular season, except this time, you know what, it was a little bit closer through maps 1 and 2, but I don't think there was really ever a point in time where you sat there and you were like, dang, Ottawa is not going to win this map, because they just looked so damn good today.
Take a look back at the series 3-0 sweep from your defending champions. 250-145 in the Berlin Hardpoint, 6-4 in the Tuscan Surge, 3-0 in the Gavik 2 Control. Jesse, full control of the series. A 3-0 sweep. These teams, they match up in Stage 2. A 3-0 for the Braves. They match up in playoffs. The exact same story. Now a chance to go back-to-back and set your legacy inside College COD. This is something that I'm sure the Ottawa Braves, they want to hold tight. And here we go. Our West placements for the CCL 2022 playoff land. Westcliff Warriors, St. Edward's University, Oklahoma Christian, and Ottawa Braves.
All qualify for land, and then joining them, of course, is Bay State Northwood, Davenport, and St. Clair on the east side of things. And honestly, all I'm going to say is if you thought that the upsets were done now, wait till we get to land in Columbus.
Right.
It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. The West will meet the East for the first time this year. We haven't seen any matchups of that at all this season inside of the CCL. So once that happens, I feel like all the brackets are out the window. If West showed us anything today, it's that absolutely anything can happen. Colin, I'm so damn excited to get to this land.
I'm excited too, and folks at home, you should be excited for tomorrow. We're going to have the Academy Finals on stream right here, and inside of those Academy Finals, we should be revealing the bracket for LAN. It's going to be an exciting one. I'm looking forward to it, Jesse. I'm excited to see what the Academy teams have to offer, but that's going to be all for tonight. We get two teams moving on to LAN, Oklahoma Christian and Ottawa Braves, and I couldn't be more ecstatic for Columbus, Ohio on the way, but it's going to be all for tonight, folks. We'll see you tomorrow for some more College COD.